got a question for you. When's the last time you looked at yourself naked in the mirror? Well, if you haven't done it recently, go do it. You know why? Because that is who you are. That is you without all the trappings and without the little girdle thing or the Spanx, whatever it is we're wearing to fool everyone else out in the world. And what I told you about this commitment? This is about you getting honest. Take off your clothes and look in the mirror. What do you see? Here's my first piece of advice. Whatever it is that you see, tell yourself naked in the mirror that you love yourself. You love your arms, I don't care if they jiggle. You love your little belly, you love your little saggy tush. It doesn't matter. Don't hate your body. Because I'll tell you an honest truth that I've learned, very painfully. If you tell the universe that I hate my body, the universe is very happy to take it away from you. I did one of my first weight loss clinics, a whole room full of people, and I asked a woman what she was doing there. She said, I hate my body. I said, really? I said, if you hate your body, you're liable to get sick, and it's liable to go away. She said, no, I don't hate my body. I just hate my thighs. I said, really? Because the woman over there in the wheelchair, even though your thighs are all cottage cheesy, yours work, hers don't. Don't hate your thighs. Don't send that message to your body. It doesn't help you any. So, oh no, I just want to lose weight. Okay. No, you don't. Oh, wait, I don't want, no. Because when you lose something, ever lose your keys, you got to go find them. Ever been a yo-yo dieter? I have. If you lose weight, then you got to go find it. How about we just release it and just let it go? So I was talking about the little tricks that I've learned. Can I just give you a little side path here about my children? I did a lot of experimenting on my kids. They're good, trust me. But one of the things we talked about sugar. Because you never want to say to a little kid, you need to diet or not eat this. So I said to my kids, you know what, when you're young and you get a cut, it heals really fast. And so I said to my babies, I said, isn't that funny? Kind of like Bob the Builder. There's little people inside of you that when you go to sleep, they have a little light on it, a little cup for water. You can only fill it with water. And they come through and they stitch you up in the middle of the night and they sleep all day. Well, if you feed those guys sugar, they fall asleep. And they don't burn up all the energy, and you kind of get heavier and heavier. Sounds like a really good story. It makes a lot of sense to me. Except when my daughter was in the mall, and she saw a woman who was rather large and said, Mommy, her little guys are sleeping. It's like, oh gosh, okay. Yes, they are. Here's another thing I shared with my kids. And I like this lesson. You ever go through the checkout line, and there's all that candy, all that impulse items. So I said to my babies, I said, and again, I never like to tell children what they can and cannot do. Again, I was doing all my experimenting and all my creating of eat on my kids. And we walked up there and I said, they were about 3 years old. And I said, guys, can you look over there and find me an apple or an orange? I forgot them. And my kids were looking going, well, Mom, there's only candy here. I said, seriously? I said, imagine that. Why there's no apples and oranges here? And my son blurts out, I think bad men are trying to trick us. I said, yeah, I think they are. Bad men are trying to trick us. Wow. So, the benefit of this story is that my children, who are 13, have never whined about any candy in the aisle as they check out. And I'm reminded every time I see that bad men are trying to trick us. Interesting story, huh? Well, actually, one last story, if you don't mind. It backfired a little bit. My daughter was 8 years old. We're at a birthday party. And I'm standing there, and this woman comes up to me and said, I can't believe what a terrible mother you are. You won't let your daughter eat birthday cake. And I'm like, well, thanks for sharing that you think I'm a bad mother because I won't let my daughter eat hydrogenated oil, sugar, garbage. Yeah. But in fact, I don't tell my kids that. So I was a little confused. And then I see my daughter, she's standing there just in a piñata, and there's all this candy, and all these kids around her trying to give her the candy, and she doesn't want it. I didn't understand. I said, McKenna, come here for a second. And I looked and I said, do I tell you that you can't eat candy and cake? She's like, no, Mommy. You tell me I can eat whatever I want. I just don't want to, so I blamed you. So here's my advice. The next time you want to pass up on something you don't want to eat, blame Forbes Riley. Blame me that you love your body. Blame me that you're fit and happy, and pass on it. I'll take that blame. Sound like a good deal? Okay, so back to you getting naked. And by the way, turn around and look at the back of you. Yeah, that's part of you too. And fall in love with the you. Understand that you can make the you better. You can work out a little harder. You can eat. We're on this journey together, but you got to love you. And you have to be honest, because if you don't know where you start, how do you know where you're going? One of the women I was training once, in my class, I make you actually write the number of your weight and put it on your chest. Oh my gosh. So one of my students said, I can't write that number. I don't even want to deal with the number. And I said, really? As you know, it's funny, because I don't know how much money anyone has in the bank account. Like Warren Buffett can wear jeans and drive a station wagon. He's a billionaire, and somebody can wear a suit and look like they have more. I don't really know how much money you have. But I darn well can guess how much you weigh. So the number's not a joke. It's about you coming to grips with it. So I said to her, and she was about 5'2", she's a little short. I said, do you weigh 180 pounds? She's like, no, I don't weigh that much. I said, do you weigh 100 pounds? She's like, oh, don't I wish. I said, so now we've just concluded that you weigh somewhere between 100 and 180 pounds, right? And she's like, oh, yeah. I said, so I'm going to guess 150. She's like, that's really close. I said, so what are you hiding? Get honest with the number. Get on a scale. Find out what your number is. It's just a number. We're going to change it. You want to, because we don't want the number to be less. We want your body to be tighter, firmer, sexier, healthier. I don't really care what the number is, but there is a number. So see that picture? Yeah, that would be me. Not really. But I'm spin gymming. I always have one of those here. I want you to take a measurement, either do it to yourself, but I would like you to write all these down, because at the end of my 6-week journey, you know how I know that this trip was wildly successful that you and I are on, and I guarantee it's going to be successful? If you do it every day. Got that? You made a commitment to me. Are you doing it every day? Write all of these numbers down. It is so wildly exciting when you get to the end of the journey and you notice the numbers are smaller or fitter or firmer. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then I want a before photo. Where are you starting? See, here's the deal about any journey. If you don't know where you're starting, how do you know you got anywhere? If I want to get to New York, but I don't know where I'm starting, well, if I'm starting from LA, I can go the northern route, the southern route. Heck, I can go around through China. I got to know where I'm starting from. And this is part of your honesty. And if where you're starting bothers you, hurts you, not comfortable with it, that is the journey, getting honest. This is the body that you get. UV Blake was 95 years old, and he said, if I'd known I was going to be 95, I would have taken much better care of myself. So how about we start now? This is the day. This is the day that you're as young as you're ever going to get. Okay, another word that I redefined. Get out the little handy pen. I redefined the word sexy. Now, some of my students are like, oh, Forbes, you're all about that word. Like, well, I don't define the word as it has anything to do with anyone else. S-E-X-Y. You know what it means for me? Write this down. Seeing excellence in yourself. I want you to look in the mirror and say, I love you. I'm so grateful to you. And I'm going to leave you with a story, and I might get a little emotional. A friend of mine was dying of cancer. We sat in her room. She was always overweight. She was always on a diet. She was always fighting this battle of the bulge. And it made her unhappy. And she said to me, Forbes, of all the things that I wish right now, I wish that my body were healthier. I wish I'd loved my body. See, this is the body that even though it was a size 14, walked down the aisle and I got married in. This is the body that birthed my kids. This is the body that does everything. And now this body is deteriorating and it's taking me with it, and I'm not going to have any more time. This is the one that you get. Can you make it firmer, stronger, healthier, fitter? Yeah, you can. And I'll tell you what. There's only one person responsible for this, and that's you. Keep writing in your journal. If you bite it, write it. I got one more lesson to go. Check me out. No, go on. We're going.